Hi everyone, it's Kate from The Fold Line. I am back this week with a new video for you all. This week is Find My Pattern, which I have not done for ages and I'm really sorry. They take a long time. So for anyone that is new to this video and hasn't seen it before, we put a request out on Instagram for people to send us pictures of stuff that they've seen on the internet, on famous people, that they loved, and I get my detective hat on and go and find the perfect pattern so you can make the outfit of your dreams. Right, I've got 10 different things that I've picked to find, so it's going to be a long video. Grab yourself a drink and I'm going to get started. So the first one I've got to talk to you about is from Alice. Really lovely summer dress, really beautiful. Saw it and thought actually this is going to be really easy for me to find. Actually, it was not. So this dress has got buttons down the front, a really nice V-neck, little cap sleeves, a gathered waist and patch pockets. So I've got two options for you, Alice. The first one is the Fringe blouse and dress from Chalk and Knotch. This comes in sizes 0 to 24. It's available on the online shop, and actually this is a really lovely pattern regardless of whether you're trying to copy the other one. I love it. So the main difference there is with this pattern is it doesn't have the placket going all the way down the front. You could totally do this. So all you would need to do is cut the pattern piece, the kind of skirt piece down the front, add on extra for the button placket on both sides, extend the facing, if there is a facing on this, or if it's lined, extend that further down, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So, and then patch pockets, which are very simple to add on. But I thought this was pretty close. It's got the gathering on the waistline, it's got those really nice little sleeves as well. It's a lovely summer dress, what's not to like? The other option I've got, which I thought might be, it's close as well. It's the Quincy Dress PDF, sorry, didn't need Quincy Dress from Jennifer Lauren Handmade. This comes in sizes 6 to 24. So this is really cute. It's got buttons down the front to the waist. Again, it's similar, it doesn't go all the way down. The core difference with this is it's got a tie at the waistline, which I thought is nice, and you do get the gathering as well from that. And it's got slightly longer sleeves and different sleeve options. So if you really like the look of the other one but you wanted a long sleeve version, I thought this one would be quite a good little compromise. So I hope that was a good one. Next up we've got, this one has come from Caroline. It's a picture of Rebel Wilson at Wimbledon last week. This was a tricky one as well, but I really enjoyed the challenge of this. So it's a really lovely shirt dress. The core detail in it is got this tie at the front, and I searched and searched. I couldn't find the perfect pattern, but I know how you can make this happen. So I'm going to talk to you about, I've got two patterns depending on what you're after. So the first one I've got is the Mccool's 7727. You will notice it's got princess seams down the front. It comes with different sort of sleeve options. You'll notice that it's got a dropped hem, which obviously is not very similar to the one that you've seen. This would be an easy enough thing to change. You just change the hem shape. The tie bit is the thing that I could not find anywhere, and I was thinking about how I would do it, and actually it's a very simple hack. So all you need to do is create a triangular piece, and obviously you'll need to try this, a sort of triangular piece that you sew into the side seam. So when you're sewing up the front bodice with the back, you'd insert something at the side so you could then tie it at the front. Obviously you'll need to experiment a little bit with this and work out how long you need the ties, but I totally think that it is doable without like it being too difficult, and I thought this dress was a really good option. The other option I have got is, oh sorry, I didn't tell you what sizes it comes in. It comes in UK 8 to UK 24. and it's from Mccool's. Did I say that? Oh, you can see, I'm 3 patterns in, I'm already confused. Right, the next one we've got is the Lenox shirt dress from Kaczmarek. This comes in sizes 12 to 28. It is available on the online shop. So again, you'll see that this one is quite similar to the one in the picture. Again, you'd have to put these ties into the side seam, but this one is definitely more fitted than the Mccool's one, around the bust and the waist. So this would it would probably in some ways be more similar. It's depending on what you want. If you want a sort of looser fitting version, I'd probably go for the Mccool's. If you want something a little bit more fitted with the tie, the Lenox shirt dress is probably the way to go. And again, you'd have those panels sewn into the side seams, so sort of it would probably be, because it ties about there, so you'd have them probably, depending on how big you want them, sort of 10 or 15 centimetres wider here, coming narrower. You definitely want to make them narrower, otherwise you'll end up with a lot of bulk there. So I hope that was useful. Right, next up, we've got a dress which Clark sent in, which is, I mean, pretty amazing, really beautiful, full-on evening wear, and I like the challenge of that. So I think I was pretty pleased with this version actually. So I've got the Burda 6868, and you will notice there are 2 versions of this dress, so I'll show you the line drawing so you can see. The bodice of version B is perfect, that sort of off the shoulder, that big dramatic bow, which I think works perfectly. View A has got a pencil skirt option, which is perfect, so you put the pencil skirt, so the skirt of view A on the top of view B, pretty close so far. Then you need to add the fishtail. So if you don't want to get too kind of full on in that front, I've got another pattern, so you could put the top of this Burda with the bottom of, it's the Mccool's 7569. A pretty beaut dress actually, I really like this, but you will see from the line drawing the skirt is almost perfect. It drops at the hem at the back, which it looks like the picture that Clark sent has done as well. It actually comes with loads of different options. It's a really versatile pattern. It comes with skirt, top options, but I think if you had the top of the Burda and the bottom of the Mccool's, that is pretty much spot on. So I hope you're pleased with that one. The next one we've got is from Donna. This is, I cannot remember for the life of me. I cannot remember where this is from. It's a designer, I can't remember where. Really beautiful dress. I have to say I found this quite hard, and I went and had a look. I kind of really had to zoom in because it's quite hard to see because of all the print where the cut lines are. But I was quite pleased with what I found. So the pattern I found is the Vogue 1588. I think this is quite close. So some of the things that it definitely does have, it's got the slit at the front, which this dress has. It's got that pencil skirt with a fishtail. You'd need to extend the fishtail to make it a bit longer, to make it closer to the version that Donna sent. The other thing that you're going to have add is the ruffle, because I couldn't find anything with the sort of ruffle around the sleeves. But the cut lines, the other things, I think it had seams down the skirt. I definitely think this would be kind of a good starting point if you wanted to recreate that dress. It's got quite a lot of similar cut lines. So I think that was quite good. I was quite pleased with that one. Next up we have got a dress from Emma. This one, again, I thought was going to be quite easy. This sort of oversized dress, I think it's really beautiful, and Emma said, I don't want to spend, $230 on it, which I can completely understand, especially when it's something that's so relaxed in fit. So I found something which I think is quite close. I think it's from the new collection actually. It's Mccool 7948. You can see from the line, or from the picture and the line drawings, it's quite relaxed fit. It's got that kind of quite baggy sleeve, which I thought was very close to what we'd seen. The difference being is that the ruffles come in tiers on the Mccool's dress. This would be, again, quite an easy tweak. So what you would need to do is extend the bodice. Let's have a look at this. Yes, so the first set of ruffles come sort of empire line just below the bust. You'd extend the bodice by, depending on the length of your body, by probably 3 inches maybe, and then add the ruffle on. This is something that you definitely need to twirl to check if you're happy with it. You might need to make the panel for the ruffles add more ruffling into it to make it more similar to the one we made, but I definitely think as a starting point this is a really good option. So I hope, Emma, you're happy with that one. Next up, this came from Gay. She sent, it's a sort of linen relaxed fit kind of floaty coat, which is really beautiful. Again, it was a tricky one. I thought I would find something quite similar to this. I've got a kind of mixture of 2 patterns. I've kind of got 2 options so you can pick between. The first one, which I think on paper is probably the closest, it's the Butterick Butterick 6497. It is what sizes? I've given up on the sizing, haven't I? I haven't told you the sizing. Oh gosh, Kate. UK 8 to UK 24. So similarities to the one that Gay sent. It's got that asymmetric, that's the right word, isn't it? Off-center sort of fastening. The Butterick one comes with 3 buttons. This would be very easy for you to change into a tie. The princess seam means that you could put one of the ties in the princess seam and then one tie on the front of the coat. The collar, although similar in its wrap style, it sits, I can see, too close to the neck compared to the one that Gay sent. So what you would need to do, and obviously this would require a bit of experimentation, is that you might need to drop the neckline a little bit. This isn't actually too complicated. It looks kind of more difficult than it is. It isn't actually too complicated in terms of pattern cutting. It's got princess seams, as I said before, inseam pockets, which are really lovely. And I think, obviously this looks quite different because it is made in a wool and the one that Gay sent is made in linen. But I think if you made this in a linen, it's a much more relaxed fabric. It'll kind of drape a little bit more and look similar to the one that Gay sent. So the other option, which is a bit more relaxed fit, is the Burda 6727. I thought this was quite nice. I actually just quite like the coat, and I thought it was quite similar. It's got that side tie. It doesn't sit so high around the neck. You can make it a little bit longer if you wanted to, and I think it has the feel of of the kind of original picture. But you know, it's definitely, again, you could definitely use this as a starting point and start playing around with it. So I hope those 2 were good options. The next one we've got is from Ingrid. I blooming love this one, actually. I was like, I want to know how to make this. So it's quite a simple shift dress. It's got slightly bell kind of balloon sleeves. It's got this big wraparound belt, which is the thing that adds the shaping around the waist. So I've got 2 options for you. The first one is the Celine Dress from Iconic Patterns. This comes in sizes 8 to 18. When you look at the sample of this, it's really quite similar actually. It's got that big sleeve. It's kind of loose fitting around the top. It does cinch in a little bit at the waist. You could then make yourself a big long tie to wrap around and tie. And I think this would give quite a good sort of feel. When I look at the line drawing, I can see that it looks like this. I mean, there's a lot of panels. I hadn't really realised until I looked at the line drawings. It's like a fully panelled dress. I can see from the shape it looks like it's a slightly tulip shaped skirt rather than a straight down, so all you would need to do is add a little bit extra into the 2 seams at the front and back at the end, kind of on the outside, and make them straighter so that it would kind of sit a bit better. But I thought this was quite a good option, and I think, yeah, just a big long tie belt wrapped round a couple of times would definitely give you the feel. If you don't like the idea of all the seams, which I can understand, this one is the baby doll dress from Simple Sew. This comes in sizes 8 to 20. So I think this, the picture looks very kind of pretty and cutesy and very dissimilar to the picture that Ingrid sent, but I think shape-wise this is actually very close. If you wanted to make it a little bit more extreme, you could size up. So you could size it up 1 size to your normal size. You again would need to make the big long belt to wrap around twice, but I think that, because it's got the bell sleeve, if you go up a size it's going to fit a bit bigger, and I think you'd get the feel of that pattern. And definitely this is made in, looks like a crepe or something, but if you're making it in like a really lovely soft linen or tencel, I think it would look similar to the original picture. So I think that was a good one. Next up we've got from Jackie, this sort of really lovely 70s kind of floaty beautiful pattern, dress, sorry. And I love the pattern of the print on it. It's so, yeah, really 70s. As soon as I saw this I was like, great, I know the exact pattern. So the pattern I've got is the Rosco blouse and dress from True Bias. It comes in sizes 0 to 18. It's available on the online shop. Really similar, really similar. The only thing that you will need to change is just to extend the bottom ruffle so that you can make it full length if you'd like it, if you want it full length. But the neckline's really the same, the sleeves similar, that sort of balloon sleeve that comes into the cuff. Yeah, I thought this was almost bang on, so I was pleased with that, and I hope Jackie you're pleased with that too. Next up we have got Mccool sent me these beautiful trousers saying that they had a real out of Africa vibe and she was loving them, and I saw them and thought, yes, I like these too. Another one that I thought was going to be very easy to find, but I've got 2 options which I think either one would work really nicely. So the first, you can see from the original, sorry, going back to that. So the original are high-waisted trousers, enough space for a kind of wide-ish waistband so that you can put a belt. There's pleating at the front, and then it looks like, it's hard to know whether the shape is a peg leg on the leg or straight down and then just rolled up. But I've got 2 options, and I think this sort of, whichever one you want, I have got. So the first pattern I've got is the Alphonse Trousers from Republic de Chiffon, and these are available on the online shop, and this comes in sizes 8 to 18. I thought, so trouser wise, the things that are really close to it, it's got a fly front, it's got pleats at the front, it's slightly peg leg. The thing that lets it down from the original is that the waistband looks like a fairly standard size. So all you'd need to do is extend the waistband and put belt loops on, and you'd pretty much have those, the Out of Africa trousers. I think these are a really kind of good option. The other option I've got is the Clare Trousers from Style Ark. These comes in sizes UK 4 to UK 30. You can see from these they're quite straight legged. They've got pleats at the front. They've got the big kind of waistband with the tie, or waistband. It does look like the tie is sewn into the side seam, so you can leave that out if you want to, so that you can use it for belt loops. But I thought that was another kind of good, kind of close option if you're looking for something with a bit of a straighter leg. Right, last but definitely not least, we have got a really lovely dress from Rosie. I saw this and instantly knew the pattern, which is always nice. Quite classic V-neck, button down the front, dress, summer dress, definitely with a slight sort of 40s vibe to it. Little kind of cap sleeves, really lovely. So the pattern that I found is the Q dress from Nina Lee. It comes in sizes 6 to 20. It does actually come with lots of different variations for this pattern, which I really like. So it comes with a cold shoulder option, thin straps, but this, the one we're talking about because it's closest to the sample, is the one with the little sleeves. So yeah, it's got buttons all the way down the front. It has got bust darts and waist darts on the skirt, and the waist darts below the waistline seam and above the waistline seam. Sorry, I'm getting to the end now, so I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be saying. But yeah, I think this would work pretty well and pretty close to what Rosie sent. The only difference is that the sleeve has these little ruchings here which make it look quite vintage. So I think if you left that off, it would be closer to the original picture that Rosie sent. Right. Whew. I hope you are still awake and enjoyed that, and yes, we'll be back. I'm sorry if there were a few people that we couldn't do them for. It just was, I just couldn't do everyone. And actually someone did suggest to me that we offer up a pattern help for people. So if there were a couple that I couldn't find and I thought I might put it out to you. So if you can think of a pattern for these two shapes, let me know, pop a comment down below and that will help out. So the first one is this dress from Penny. It's from a film, I can't remember off the top of my head which film it was, but it's this really lovely neckline and button down kind of vintage dress. I thought I would be able to find this actually in one of the sort of vintage butterick patterns, but I did have a good look and I couldn't find anything. So if you think that you can find that, then, you know, let us know. The other one was from Stacey, and it was this cropped jacket that she'd seen on TV, and I recognise the actress and I can't think off the top of my head, but this sort of like short cropped hunting jacket but with a short little kind of like a puff sleeve. I had a bit of a look. The only things that I could find were things which I think everyone would automatically jump to, like the Closet Case Files Jessica blazer, and shorten the sleeves, but that looked much more boxy than this. So yeah, if anyone can think of a pattern that's perfect for that, let me know for Stacey. So that is it. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye!